The meaning behind Be Free, a reminder of who we are and how we rise. Purpose, I know who I am. I walk in confidence, strength, and purpose. Healing, I choose to heal, release, and grow from every experience. Resilience, I adapt, I don't quit. I turn challenges into comebacks. Empowered, I am enough, I am capable, I am empowered. Elevate, I uplift myself and others. I create spaces for all of us to rise. Evolution, I choose excellence in everything I do. I don't just exist, I live an impact.
Well, hello, and welcome to Be Free. This is Charissa Marie, and this is my friend Danielle Thomas, Dani.
Yes.
So it's been a long time, and first I want to start off with prayer, if you don't mind, because I think that's what I want to do. So I'm looking at all my audience. I want you all to be included in this, but God, just give us the words to touch someone if we can here today, and to let them know that they are not alone out here in this world. And Lord, let us just embrace what it is to be fun, what it is to be loving, and how all those things are a ministry. And we're going to bring people in here to share and connect with us as we go along. Thank you. Guide our words, guide our hearts, our minds, our intentions. Let them be in your will. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Amen.
So it's been a long time.
It's been so long.
Yeah, and so it's been so long that I'm going to really have to, this is a whole different situation over here. Like, I'm new here. You don't know me. So, and so they don't know you. So, but I will say that, and I'm looking at Danielle. I want to say Dani. But what's your
Dani? Dani is fine. Yep.
I'm trying to be formal, looking at the name, girl.
No, you are fine. Danielle is my work name, and I'm just like, this is fine.
Yeah, I don't have to do the birth name. I can do Dani. So
yes,
Dani is so I have to say, my little sister, and she probably hates that I say this, that she's my little sister because she's grown now, but whatever. She's my little sister, and my sister had some beautiful friends. Aww, and they were so sweet, and I just take a liking to her friends. Like, what is that?
But we always loved you too, so hey.
So sweet. So this is one of Dani's sister friends, one of my sister friend, and Dani, you are gonna hate me. Oh my God. Okay, so I'm gonna have to edit this part out because I'm having a hot flash, and and the air is not cold enough. And if I continue, I will not get through. So all this part will be edited out because
you're fine. No, we were down. Go. Just take it. Have your private summer.
Y'all. And don't mind my sweatpants. I'll be right back. Myself. Oh, it sure is hot up here.
You know, you got cameras and lights and action, and I'm so glad that happened. Because my husband, I've been getting to the point where I just get like the hot flashes, and I'm like, what is going on? And he doesn't understand. And he's like, well, try what? And I'm like, when you go through menopause, you'll understand, what I'm saying? And we crack jokes about it. But yesterday we went to the fireworks down by the water. It was so cold. I told my sister, I'm summoning if I can get a hot flash. How do I summon a hot flash? Because it's really cold. She's like, it doesn't work that way. I'm like, it should work that way. It is really cold. Yes.
It's crazy. Look. Okay, so I remember asking my mom, how long does this last? Like, I think, because for me, it started in my mid-40s, like maybe 42 or something like that. And I asked mom, and the doctor says it's hereditary. So I said, when does it start? He said, yeah, about that time. I said, like, how long does it last? And, and for me, like, I think, and then the whole menstrual cycle thing for me stopped. That part stopped for me, I want to say last September.
Okay.
But then all of a sudden, something crazy happened and it came back.
I hate that.
You know what I mean? And then it stopped, and it's been gone now for.
I'm just like, just stay where you are. Just stay where you are. Don't come back.
I think I'm good now, but it was just kind of like, but the hot flash come from deep down inside or something, and it's just like
I can't do this. I can't do this right now with you people. I just can't. And I'm at work in my office, and they're like, your office gets really cold. We're going, did you touch it, you die. I will fire you. I will write you up. Do not touch the AC. Leave it alone.
You know what I'm saying?
And then there's days where I'm like, it is so cold. I need the heater on. And they're like, oh my God, what is she doing?
Yes. Look.
Then I had one of the young coworkers said, one of the young maintenance staff team members, he said, Miss Dani, are you going through maybe the change? I was like, boy. So the older ones are like, we're moving him away. I said, only thing I changed is these heels to my sandals. That's the only thing I'm going to change. Okay. Get him out of here. And they're like, come on. Bring him on out.
A millennial?
Probably younger than that.
I was going to say
the X's and whatever.
The X's, they work. But it's a whole different rules as to what's acceptable to say or ask or whatever, and what we're used to. It's like,
but he truly just put that out there, and I was like, I did not give him consent. I always tell them all the time. They ask me a question. I'm like, I signed a DNR. You cannot, not a DNR. What is it called? NDA. I'm like, I signed an NDA. You cannot ask me these questions. Like, we're asking you, what do you want for lunch today? I'm like, oh, I don't know.
Well,
get back with me.
Yeah. But I think why when you think about how the world is now in social media.
Yeah.
Everybody puts everything out there like that. I normally don't, like except for stuff, related to the podcast. But now I'm going through a whole different thing. I'm building intentionally. I'm intentionally building a brand, but I'm still very private. In fact, you will see stuff on my kids. I'm very, very private when it comes to that. But I think that's what it is, because they're so used to everybody just putting things out. So why not? Why can't we?
It's going to put out here. It's going to say this. And I was just like, no, don't do that. But yes, and they really don't. They don't have any filters. And it's like, it's okay to be filterless. It's like, it's okay to get bopped in the mouth too. You might want to think about
There you go. There's that.
And they'll ask me like, well, why? It's against the law. I got to that point too. I just took, because it's against the law. What law? My law. It's against the law. It's just against the law.
That law. Talking about.
I will be 50 in November. Okay. And I was just like, it's against the law.
Yes.
I've been here long enough to say
so much fun to work with, though.
It is. And where I'm at, I honestly, I was, I've been in property management for so long, and I honestly was just like, I don't want easy. Give me hard. And God said, here you go. And I do have hard. It's really hard. Yeah. But I love it. Yeah.
Well, I think you wear a few different hats, though. Because the last time we talked, you had put your toe in the comedy ring.
Yes.
Christian comedy.
Yes.
You still have time to do that?
You know what? Honestly, right now it's been private parties. I'll say this much. Detroit is very cutthroat when it comes to comedians, clean or otherwise. And it's just like, you have people where it had got to the point where it wasn't even fun anymore. And I'm like, okay, but I had to realize I'm doing it for fun, because I have a full-time career. I have a husband with a full-time career. I'm good. They're leaving their jobs leaving their careers to go and do comedy and to sleep on someone else's couch because they're a comedian, and then they split I don't do that. Sleep in a car because you got a show that's coming. No, I don't. I like going to the church comedies, getting up and being able to give my spiel when it was time. And then the Cash App, they never stiff me. The churches don't stiff you when you do churchy comedy. And then the Cash App will go off. And then I'll be leaving out and they'll say, here, baby, take a plate. You want to roll? And I would get a free meal. And I'm like, I'm just going to stick with church comedy. So I enjoyed it. But it has slowed up since then. And I'm just like, I'm okay. I'm like, I'm really okay with whatever it is for me to do at this point in my life. I'm okay with it. So one of my girlfriends, because I've been doing property management though for about 26 years. And my girlfriend who got me into comedy, she's going to be starting with my company on Monday. She's coming over to my company. I pulled some strings, got her in. So I'm happy for that. And we were talking the other night and I'm like, we need to do a podcast on property management because people would not believe what we go through. She was like, oh my God. She was like, we should do that because we started off on a comedy. It was sitting down with stand-up comedians and we would have comedians come on the show. So we're like, we could do that with property managers. Like, we
got to do that.
Yes.
You know, so I'm whenever someone says I'm thinking about, they get sick of me hearing that because I'll be like, how's it going, girl?
Yes. Did you do it?
Because I think because I know how I am. Like, you know, like if somebody doesn't like kind of push me a little bit, well, that's how it used to be. Not so much now. Now I'm just crazy. I'm like, well, if I'm gonna jump in there. If it works, it works. If it don't, it don't.
Oh, that's right.
But sometimes it's good to have that person. Speaking of seniors and comedy, so my boss, the one in my first podcast being back, her name was Sharon Shay, and we worked with seniors, and you're right. The comedy, child.
Seniors are hilarious, and you know I had seniors for a lot of years. Right now I'm into it's just like it's the affordable housing, and it's just like, you know, single families, that type of deal. So it's like, okay, but I started on this with the seniors. Oh, baby, it was so much comedy there. I love they were my babies. They were my babies. So
they're funny. So this is crazy, but like, and I can't even about to mention this, but whatever. I'm talking about the seniors. So, you know, when I worked there, I don't work there anymore, but we had different situations, like, you know, classes and fun stuff for them to do. And then sometimes we have people come and talk to them about housing or talk to them about different benefits. Girl, we had somebody come talk to them about safe sex.
Mm-hmm.
And then they left condoms there.
Yeah, they did that.
I'm just saying, like, I think they do need to practice safe sex because they feel like, well, we know we're not gonna have no babies.
We're not gonna get nothing. No, you're gonna make some more grandbabies. What gonna do? That's they said, what I'm gonna do? Make my own grandbabies? I'm like, I don't know what you're gonna do, but because they would have toy parties in our community room, and I had to shut it down. And I'm like, this is so not appropriate. And they had like they put construction paper over the windows so nobody could see. And I was like, look, I'm not doing this with you. I'm not resuscitating anybody. I was like, I'm not trying to find anybody's dentures if they get lost. I don't know. We're not doing this. We have to shut this down. I'm not getting the paddles. I'll be like, clear, because you grabbed something and it was buzzing. I'm not going to do this.
Right. I was to myself, look, I'm too young to believe it.
But yes. I was like, there were some crazy scenes because even when I got married, it's been 18 years ago, they had a bridal shower for me. And I was like, oh, that is so sweet. And everybody, my mom and my aunt, I'm like, this is so sweet.
You're innocent.
No, they had everything but a stripper jumping out of a cake. And I was like, what are we doing? I got all kinds of lingerie and this and stuff that I'm just like, I'll never wear this. It was like the pearls, like the high neck pearls and the lace. My mom's like, that is so pretty. I'm like, no, I will never wear that, Mom. But it's the thought that counted. But
I love them though. And then the stories they tell, and even like honestly, like it's wisdom and so much wisdom. I mean, just listening to their stories and I'm always curious about what their lives used to be like, you know what I mean? And so I can imagine and picture it. And also it brings them joy to talk about it because they're not, you know, they're like, hey, we were we were living. Well,
We were
some of
doing
us,
this.
which is why
Right.
we have the game that
Mm-hmm.
class, you know. But you know,
Yes,
but
we
they have
do.
so many stories to
They
tell.
do.
I just
It's
think,
like little libraries. I'm like, it's like every apartment was a library for me because and I still talk to a lot of them, and some of them have moved to other locations. They'll call me up, Danny, can you come? Yeah, okay. Danny, I don't understand this part about my lease. I'm like, okay, let's go up. So I'm still Danny around there. The building we were in, it went back down. And I had a cop friend of mine. He's like, they need you to come back. I was like, oh, no, 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 no. I was like, I have to grow. I was like, I have to grow. I was like,
yeah,
and the bigger the property, the bigger the dollars. And I was like, they were little. I was like, I can't
yeah,
do it. I'm like, maybe when I'm older, and I'm at a moment in my training, because I just been with this company for about 90 days. And my cousin, my younger cousin, she's been with them 15 years. And I pulled her into the industry, and then she got me. But I met a woman in one of the trainings, and she had been doing in the industry, had made it up to a regional vice president, all of that. And she said, okay. She said, I did what I was supposed to do. And now I want to be a leasing agent because I can still get benefits. I can still I have my real estate license. Like, so she
yeah.
does that. And she's like, I love it. I do it part time. And I was like, okay, well, do what you gotta do.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
Yeah. I
So
said, well, let it ride.
also noticed because I'm a Facebook stalker. That's how I get to kind of reconnect with.
Yeah.
Fall in love, like, okay, so what's Dani up to, so I can know what stuff to ask her.
Yes.
But
Yes.
speaking, have you
Yeah.
tell me about that? I saw that. I got all excited.
I love doing the speaking. I love being able to speak to, and I've done a couple of different churches, of course, but it's just like the women auxiliaries to go and speak life into other women because I'm just like, being a woman is so hard. And I always tell a story about how when I was at church one day and this woman came in, and this young girl came in, and to be honest with you, she probably did just leave the club when she came in. And she had her 3 kids with her, and there were some older women were sitting there, and they're like, oh my God. I mean, they're just judging her. And I got up and I went and followed her and sat down next to her, gave her pamphlet, what's called program. I introduced myself and da da da. She was like, thank you so much. I'm like, no, you're fine. The little baby, he's all crawling on my lap and I'm holding him. And she's sitting there trying to get the other one situated. And I'm like, because we don't know what she had. First of all, we don't know what she had to do to get here. So regardless of what she's wearing, we don't know what she had to do to get here. But more importantly, we don't know what she's going back home to.
Yeah.
You got to show grace. You got to show grace instead of judgment. And it was just that whole twisted lip and twist. And I'm saying, oh, and I remember growing up in the church and my parents wanting me to be like my sister because she was just like the quiet docile. I was not. And, the judgment of, do you think your dress is too short or this is too tight? Well, I was a bigger girl. I didn't have a lot of choices on what clothes to wear that would be age appropriate that didn't fit skin tight. So it was just like, okay, all right. And I had this one woman she passed away years ago, but her and I, we became thick as thieves. She's like, baby, I think your skirt is too short. And I would say, no, Miss Queenie, my legs are just long, and she would laugh. And I had to be like maybe 10, 11 years old. But that was always the thing. And I was just like, no, my legs are just long, But you can't pass judgment because you don't know you're going to run them away.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm even like that now, where I'm at now. I'm in not Corktown. I'm in Midtown, Detroit, so it's not far from downtown. And yeah, we have some of the elements up in there, but I go in and I'm friendly and I talk to people and I've played the whole Ayana. I'll give them tissue. Everybody know I keep a box of tissue because you're gonna cry. So I give them tissue and they're crying and they apologize. And I'm so sorry. I'm like, don't do that no more. Don't do that anymore. I'm gonna have to put you out. Don't do that anymore. But they're just, and it's women and it's men, and drugs are a factor. We were truly written with drugs. I got there, I was 97% occupied, and now I'm down to 82 this morning. I put a lot of people out, and I'm still not done. I got a lot more to put out. I talked to the owners, and I'm like, look, this is your investment. I can pack this place full of people, but you're not going to see your return. What do you want? What are you paying me to do?
Yeah.
what are you paying me to do? So now they're sitting there, everybody's biting their nails like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, we've never been this low. But then they came back and I said, put some money into it. So they put money into it. I asked for a little bit. They gave me way more. I said, okay. Now they're like, okay, well, how do we get? I was like, offer my leasing agent some incentive. Give her a reason to want to tell her she can get $50 for a move-in. Okay, so she's out there and she hustling. And I'm like, but they got to be qualified because I don't want to have to turn around and put the same people back out.
Yeah.
So even when she's like meeting with them for the first time or whatever, I go out, I'll go get some coffee, but I'll step out and I'm like, hi, and I'll introduce myself. Moving day, I'm still there, I'm present. I need to see your face. I need to see who you are. You got to, and it's like, I'm not coming in with ruling with the iron fist. I'm coming in with the boundaries of, we've been down this road before. We're not going back down that road before.
You need to have these boundaries for yourself. You're like,
exactly.
You're helping them to grow in that way.
Yes, I truly am. And I'm just like, this is what you do. I have one person where she was in an abusive relationship and it's just her and her son. And I'm like, every time this guy would come in, he wasn't her son's father. So I'm like, okay, bonus, he's not even your son's father, man. What is the deal? And I said, she need to get a PPO out on him or you're going to have to leave because he's tearing up my building and I'm fearful for your life. He's already broken your nose. I'm fearful for you. So if I'm saying you need to get a PPO, you need to love yourself enough to say, I need a PPO. You need to look at your son, who's all of 9, do it for him because he's scared. So she went and she got the PPO and then he violated the PPO and now he's locked up. And I was like, he was never on a lease. I put him on a ban list. He can't come back to the building. And it took for that little boy to come running up to me one day. And I had a jar of candy he came running up to get some candy. And I was like, slow down. So I held it. He got the candy. He went to go walk out. He stuffed the candy in his mouth. He was like, thank you, Miss Dani. I was like, oh, sweetie, anytime you need some candy. I was like, just come on in. So he started laughing. He was like, not that, but the other stuff. I was like, you're so welcome. And he went on about his way. And I was like, okay, but I do. And I love being able to be the fixer, to clean up or to fix it. And it's like, okay, let's do this. And I have opposition from some staff that are just like, oh, it's never going to last. It's never going to work. It didn't because you guys didn't do anything with that. But I'm here. And in 90 days, I've gotten way more accomplished by cleaning up the place, getting the 3rd and 4th precincts. They are on standby for when they see my number, they get somebody over there. We have the green light project now. So it's the green light that's on the building. So so basically the green light is letting people know that the 3rd and 4th precincts, they see what's going on inside and around the building. So do what you want to do. If you want to be a fool, they got cameras. I'm in the process now of getting cameras to go down the stairwell because I'm like, I got crazy people on stairwell. We have cameras already on the elevators. It's like, come on, you can't hide. You can't hide. They're like, well, this feels like a prison. No, it's not. It's not because you're paying me. You don't pay a prison stay. You're paying.
Do what you know you're supposed to. Don't do nothing you're not supposed to.
Supposed to do. Simple.
We interrupt this program for an important public service announcement. Like, subscribe, and share. And for the love of all that is good, hit the notification bell. I hope you are enjoying the show. I thank you for being here with me on this journey. Be free, says me, Charissa Marie.
Which I don't know how that's going to work because I'm like, Nezra, what are you doing? Like everybody, you do your 50, you do it big. So I said, you know what? For my 50th birthday, I'm going to let all my friends turn 50 this year and I'll wait till next year. That's my gift to them. So they can have this year to celebrate. I'll do next year. I'm going to roll back.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm going to roll back. But yes, so yeah, it has to be, he always found the good of everything because, the record's like, how the record just, that's kind of what that was. It was that one of the moments and we're like, oh my God. And he's like, what she said about mom? I think she said you should give your mom a call.
Oh,
she didn't say your mama so ball. She said, give your mama a call. And but he always found, right? He always found the good. And I would always try to bring the funny behind it. And it was just like, life is, we don't have to live like this. We don't have to always be upset and angry. We don't have to always grow up on what we could have, should have did. And that's where my girlfriend, my best friend's where she's at now, where she's like, you know, she's like, I can't do this because I'm going to start being angry and I'm going to start being mad at him. And I'm going to start being, I said, you can't do the coulda, shoulda, woulda, what we should have did, what we could have did, we could have. But how about we do it for the next person? Because we still have opportunities to do that. We don't have that opportunity to do it with him, but we still have opportunities to do it for someone else.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know, we may be doing volunteer work somewhere. We may start a best friends grieving community. We don't know. But
yeah.
There's options. We have options.
We have options. Oh, yeah. That was so awesome. That sounds like so much fun. And oh my goodness. So this is the first time your friend knew that he was only charging you $40.
Yes, that was hilarious. I was like, oh yeah. When he told me, don't tell my clients about this, I didn't know he meant her. I didn't know. And then her son started locking, so he was doing her son's hair too. I didn't know. But he said, you put food on the table for me, my wife and kids, because you offered me the job as your assistant. You pushed me. I pushed him to do the 401k thing. I pushed him to get his real estate license, and he was able to grow in the industry. He was like, so, and then he decided, I'm just going to do hair. So he dropped it all, but he had enough. He said, I had enough capital to just, I'm just going to do hair.
That was smart. Yeah.
So yeah, $40 as a chip away cookies.
You invested in him.
I invested in him. I was a silent partner.
Yeah, there you go. His growth. And
yes.
So, oh my goodness. Yes, so this has been, what I am looking forward to is doing this more often with my guests, because I love to see journeys, and I know there'll be other journeys, there'll be other stories, and more growth. And that's what this is about. You know, I want to see that, and I want to share so people can be like, I don't have to be stuck in this rut. I can move forward, and I can change my mind mid-life and do something different.
You sure can. As Barbara said, it's your prerogative. You can do what you want to do. You can. You can change the narrative. You're the only one who gets to. You're the only one who gets to say, and they lived happily ever after. So you're the only one that can say that.
Yeah.
So go ahead, live your happily ever after, and just say, hey, you know, you did what you had to do. We're only allowed so much time. So why sit there and keep the process going? Because you're doing the same thing over and over again. That's insanity. It's like, come on, you know what the problem is, fix it. So it's like,
right. Don't do it.
Yeah.
And you know, I've done that before, like in just like working, like going back, trying to, and I mean, I still work, but now I think of it differently. I think of it as it is funding what I'm supposed to be doing, because whenever I would go back and seriously do what I'm supposed to do, I would always find myself knowing I did the wrong thing by not investing in myself, in my core. I could feel like, oh, that was so ridiculous. And then just doing the same thing over and over. You know what I mean? Like, you can't keep doing the same. Like you said, you're going to
expect something different. You're expecting something different, but you're doing the same thing. And fear is a big deal. And I get that because I've walked away from a job, or I've walked away from and it's like, I get that. People go with, and I used to have this male lady. She used to always say, better the devil you know. I don't want to know the devil. What? I don't want to know the devil. I know. I'm okay. I ain't got to know the devil. So I'm not going to just keep doing something because I'm used to just doing that their thing.
Yeah.
Or how can I grow in that? How can I grow in that that genre of my life? That you know, that field, that journey. How can I grow? Even if it's going to be the same journey, what can I see differently? Can I go a little bit farther? Can I navigate to the left? And can I go north instead of south? I mean, it's all about your perspective on what you want to do. But if you're just going to keep complaining about the same thing, it's just like, okay. And
at some point, now, you know, you got to be responsible for your choices and actions.
You do. You do. That you do. Yes, ma'am.
And then if you know, and brave enough to know it's may be a little uncomfortable, persistent enough to follow through, brave, persistent, have faith. Don't just say you have faith, like really have real faith, or it's not going to work. Yeah.
Yep, it's not going to work because it's just lip service, as my uncle used to say. You're just giving lip service at that point. It's like,
Yeah. Ah, well, I don't want to hold you too long, but I just want to say this has been so much fun just catching up with you, and I can't wait to do this again. And I hope you, I mean, no pressure, but like the next time you do some comedy, do you ever post like snippets of your stuff, social media?
I haven't done that. I did keep saying, I said, if I do something for my 50th birthday, I want to do something comedy. So
Mhm,
I still got a couple more months. I'm still trying to,
mhm.
decide if I want to do it that way or not. But I don't know. But I'm like, if I ever do, oh, trust me, I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna let the world know.
It'll be so hot.
Yes.
Oh, good. All right. Well, thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Kristen.
Oh,
It's been a pleasure.
we're going to end the session, but you stay right there. I'm going
Okay.
to say goodbye to the ladies and the gentlemen. Bye, y'all. I'll see y'all next time as I figure out how to get out of here because I do that a lot. You know what I'm saying? I get myself all set up and then I try to say goodbye before I really say goodbye because I don't know what I'm doing. So, bye.